So, good evening, welcome back to another live stream. Of course, we're here to give you like 5 things that we did learn from our draw against Brentford today, 1-1 at the Emirates Stadium. Yeah, obviously, if you haven't watched my match reaction, I gave my instant match reaction live to my thoughts on the game. Go check that out after you've watched this one, of course. But yeah, we're going to go through the main 5 things that we have to take out from today's game, from today's, what can I say about that performance against Brentford. And yeah, we're just going to go straight into it, guys. Make sure you do smash the like buttons up as always. Let's go for these 20 likes in this stream. Greatly appreciated. And also leave a comment. You guys know me, I always do read every single person's comment, no matter what. So, without further ado, let's get right into the first thing that we have to talk about, and that's starting off with the performance and the result itself. And let me quickly just move down my camera a little bit, just because this thing sort of blocks my face. You barely see me, but yeah, look. This for me, this result and performance is very worrying. I'm worried now. I was worried that I said in my Everton match reaction after we lost to Everton, I was like, if we don't beat Brentford, I'm going to be very worried. Because we have Manchester City next, right? And yes, Man City have been dropping points left, right, and centre, but it's still Manchester City, and it will still be one of the biggest games of the season so far. I would have been so much more confident if we would have, of course, beat Brentford going into the City game. But now we've dropped points against Brentford. We've dropped points against Everton. Well, sorry, we completely lost to Everton and we dropped points today against Brentford. This is worrying, in my opinion. The result's not good enough. Today was a must-win game. I said in my preview, I said, let's get a must-win game. Sorry, let's get the 3 points. It has to be 3 points. It has to be 3 points today. We cannot be... See, this is the thing, right? These sort of results in matches, for me, will decide our title. If we go in May and we lose the title out on what 3 points or a point, for example, everyone will go look back to this game and be like, "Oh, Arsenal didn't beat Brentford. Arsenal didn't beat Everton. Arsenal didn't beat Newcastle." Like these sort of games, for me, can define your season, especially if we are challenging for the league title. And we are challenging for the league title. And if Man City win tomorrow, then they'll be 3 points behind us. Then that game becomes even more nerve-wracking for Arsenal and Man City, because both teams know that they need a result, or that could define whoever wins the Premier League title. And for us, it'll benefit us. This is the way I see us beating Man City is at the Emirates. I do not see us Arsenal going to the Etihad and beating Manchester City. I see our best chance of beating Man City is at the Emirates, because that's when we've been very good this season. But this is just not this performance today, right? The Everton performance was shocking. The Man City performance in the FA Cup, yes, this is a different competition. Yes, both teams sort of did rotate. Arsenal did rotate our team. And then obviously today, it's not looking good, bruv. Yeah, it's really not looking good at the moment. And yeah, yes, we didn't lose today. Yes, we didn't lose, and yes, Brentford are a very good side. I did not expect us to go and batter Brentford, but I expect us to get 3 points. This is what champions do, man. You cannot be dropping points in these types of games. You just cannot do that. I know you can't go through a football match and win every single game, and we're not the Invincibles anymore. But if you want to win the league title, games like this, against teams like this, you have to turn up and get a result. And today we didn't get a result. And we're lucky we got a draw. People will look at the stats and be like, "Oh, but you had 23 shots. Oh yeah. How many of them went to Rose Eds? How many of them went outside the Emirates Stadium, right? Look at Brentford's chances. Big chances going to us, right? Brentford really should have scored inside the first 5 minutes. How did Rico Henry miss that open? Is it sheer foot? It squares across. All he's got to do is you just put your house on that for him to score that, right? And he somehow missed it and went to out for a goal kick. They should have been 1-0 up inside the first 5 minutes. They should have had a goal where was it Abremo who ran through and scored, but apparently because it was a foul, which bias aside, that was not a foul. That was a slip from Gabriel, and we got away with that. Then Ivan Toney hit the crossbar, right? Then they had a chance from a corner, which if an bounced off Xhaka's face, he didn't know where it was. Either side of Xhaka, that was a goal. And then they had another one when Ivan Toney tried to chip the goalkeeper as well. They had big chances today, man. And on a different day, they could have took them chances and they could have beaten us. But look, it's a draw. Yes, the only positive for me is Trossard. I will be getting onto him in a minute. But let me quickly read your comments. And yeah, so I said here, keep smashing likes. Come on, man. If you're not smashing that button, make sure you smash them right now. I don't know how many likes we're on, but let's try and go at least 20. At least double digits. Yes, Ryan, hope you're well, brother. Good evening. Big up, my man. Bro, big game for you lot. Wait, you playing tomorrow? Yeah. You got Leeds tomorrow. Is it away? I think it's away. Yeah, so you're looking to get your revenge tomorrow. But I don't think you will win tomorrow. But obviously, Casemiro's so important to your squad, man. It's going to... yeah, I think you will win tomorrow, and then I think you got Leicester after that. And Leicester today, they battered Tottenham 4-1, so I think that'll be a tough game for you lot. It's a disappointing result for you guys, but it's not embarrassing. I think it's definitely disappointing. Embarrassing. Yeah, I mean it's because we didn't lose a game, but I just think we needed them 3 points, man. I just think today was a must-win game. I expected us to bounce back. I expected a response from these players of that horrendous display at Goodison Park the other week. I expected these players to come into this game and bounce back and win, but we didn't do that. Is it embarrassing? I wouldn't say it's embarrassing. Yeah, I agree with your comment, man. I think it's 100% disappointing, bro. Very disappointing. I don't think you should be worried. Man City lost to Brentford at home this season. Look, it's true, but obviously Brentford's, as I said in my preview, man, I said they know how to set up against big six. I mean, they beat you lot 4-0. They beat Man City, as you just said. They drew with Chelsea. We beat them 3-0 away from home, however. They beat Liverpool. They drew with Spurs. But then you look at the other side of it, and Newcastle battered them 5-1. Aston Villa battered them 4-0. They've conceded like 29 goals in 20 matches or whatever. So it's kind of like, and we were at the Emirates as well. So it's kind of like, I wanted us to get the 3 points. You know what I mean, mate? But Man City will drop points to the Emirates. I think they will as well. I do think we'll beat Man City. I do think we will beat Man City. I think the best way that we will beat Man City is at the Emirates, because we should have beaten them last season when it was 2-1 to them, but because we got sent off and then the game just fell away. But this time around, I do see us beating Man City. I would have been so much more confident if we would have beat Brentford today, but that's another story. But yeah, this Man City game on Wednesday is going to be the biggest game of the season, in my opinion. Big up RD12, mate. Are you not doing your match reaction? I was waiting for your match reaction, man. Are you not doing your match reaction? We need to fix our defensively. We conceded 5 in 3 games. That is very true as well. Wait, conceded 5? Have we conceded 5 in 3 games? Yeah, it's true. Against Man United as well. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. Look, you could have won, and the anger is fresh. But tomorrow you'll think a draw. But you'll think, but you actually think a draw isn't the worst result. Hopefully, man. I mean, and especially if Villa, if Unai Emery, good evening, right, beats Man City, then yeah, of course. But if Man City win, I'm still going to be a bit disappointed and worried and angry about it, because, you know, then they'll be 3 points behind us. And if they're 3 points behind us, then all they need to do is win, because they've got more goal difference than us. And then just like that, we'll be down to second. And then, yeah, who knows what will happen from there. Leicester scored 8 in their last 2 games. That is crazy. Yeah, mate. Leicester definitely turned a corner, especially after that really poor start at the start of the season. Yeah, they've literally turned the corner. So big up to them. Who's your team, man? Ryan. Oh, Leeds. Oh, yeah. You're playing against Leeds and Man United. That's your team, isn't it? Leeds. Yeah, man. Good luck to Leeds. Obviously, you was a bit unlucky about that game when you went to Man United and it was 2-2. But yeah, big up to your team. Obviously, what's your thoughts, Ryan, on Jesse Marsch getting sacked? Do you think it was the right decision for Jesse Marsch to get sacked? Let me know. Big up to these, you've got to do a huge build up for them. I've got to, bro. Yeah, that's gonna be mad. I'm gonna do that Monday. So Monday, I'm gonna do a preview and like a joint preview and podcast. If you're free Monday, my friend, let me know. I'm gonna try and get at least 2 Man City fans on. Ryan City go. And hopefully another Man City fan. We're going to try and get 2 Man City fans on. We'll bring Seb on, we'll bring you on, and we'll do a massive, massive build up for the game, for the biggest game of the season so far. And yeah, it should be good. I know some people saying Arsenal bottled it. Well, we haven't bottled it at the moment, at this moment in time, but it is looking that way considering our last 2 performances. Arsenal wasn't expected them to be in the division they are in right now. Yeah, I don't think anyone thought we would be doing this well. But we are. But the point is that we are in this position, and if we do bottle it, I think questions will be asked about, especially Edu, because some of the signings that he made, right? Trossard was a good signing. Keywall was a good signing, and then the one that I don't agree with is with Jorginho. This is not me scapegoating Jorginho. It's me saying the fact that there's better options out there than Jorginho. Right, and the fact that we missed out on Caicedo, which I was gutted about, is fair enough. But there's many other options out there. Like we could have gone and got someone like Manuel Locatelli from Juventus, someone like Zubamendi. Like that's what the Arsenal fans love, is Zubamendi from Real Sociedad. Like even like I'll take someone like Milinkovic-Savic. Like we didn't have to get Jorginho. So people will question Edu, I think, if we do end up bottling this league title. Not only Edu, but I guess the manager as well. Like obviously, I'm a massive. Well, I've been critical of Arteta for many years, right? And I said, right, we're in a very good position, and I said I'll make an apology video to Arteta, and I'll hold my hands up, my friends, right? Well, whatever, my manager, or whatever, right? And I got it wrong about Arteta. But if he bottles it, and we finish 4th, for example, or 3rd, again, questions will be asked about him. But yeah, I don't get why people were saying anything can happen in the Prem when Man City lost to Brentford. But when we draw, yet we've bottled the title. Yeah, well, anything can happen in the Prem. You know, we've seen, yeah, like, I don't know who's saying that we've bought the title, man. Because obviously I'm not saying we've bought the title yet. Or it's like we're still 5 points clear. Aston Villa can go and beat Man City tomorrow. But I'm just saying, right, that is in that direction at the moment. Judging off our past 2 performances, is going that way, where we are looking like we have the tendency to bottle it, and we cannot be dropping points. I'm sorry, we cannot be dropping points. Maybe on a one-off, yeah, it happens to any team on a one-off, right? But we've been consistently poor for the past 3 games, in my opinion. Yes, yeah, the FA Cup's the FA Cup. Everton we were shocking, and today we were shocking. So I'm not saying that we've bottled the title. No way, mate. We're still top of the league. We're still 5 points clear. We could still be 5 points clear going into that Man City game if Aston Villa do us a favour tomorrow. But what I am saying is that we are going into that direction of bottling this league title. If we lose Man City on Wednesday as well, I feel like, yes, we might bottle it. Yes, I'll be doing my match reaction, but tomorrow I've got things to do. Oh, so you're doing it tomorrow? You're doing match reaction tomorrow or today? All Arsenal fans have to do against Man City, shut down Haaland. We did it against City and Spurs did it and won. That's all Arsenal needs to do. Yes, I do agree, mate, 100%. Yeah, I mean, you look what happened at Spurs, you know. Sorry, look what happened with Spurs. I mean, especially in that first half, they battered Man City, didn't they? And Haaland was nowhere to. I'm pretty sure Haaland had 0 shots or something. So yeah, that's all they really need to do. That's all we need to do, really. Yes, it is. So Ryan, do you agree that Jesse Marsch should have been sacked then, in your opinion? Because I swear he got back because you signed Weston McKennie as well from Juventus. Like I would have taken Weston McKennie at Arsenal. I think I watched him in the World Cup. He was super for USA, and I watched him a few times for Juventus, and he's actually a decent player. But yeah, and then after that, he just got sacked. That Man City game could benefit us well because they're not going to play a low block. Well, yeah, I will be moving to this low block tactic bollocks in a minute, but yeah, Man City will go. But having said that, do you not agree that Man City played not really the low block, but Man City didn't really go for it in that FA Cup match, in my opinion, and that really surprised Arteta, and that really surprised us, and that's one reason why we lost that game is because Man City, you would expect them to go toe to toe with Arsenal, but they didn't. They sort of really sat back in the FA Cup game. It's sort of us had the most like better. We were in. We had the most what's it called? Not possession. We had the better chances in my opinion in that FA Cup game. But Man City had that one chance and they took it, and that really surprised us because I thought that Man City will go toe to toe, and they may do that at the Emirates. And if they do that, then we're going to be in for a fantastic game. We're going to be in for goals and goals and goals. But it'll be interesting to see what Pep does against Arsenal. Really will be interesting to see. Arsenal could have got Camavinga on lock. Exactly, man. Camavinga's world class. United could have got him as well. That Man City game wasn't a bad performance, but the last two just wasn't good enough. You're doing it tomorrow. Nice. Arsenal can't keep relying on teams to get a result. Yeah, exactly, bro. We cannot keep relying on this. Like we was all written for Tottenham because we dropped points because we lost to Everton and they did us a favour. Now we're all relying on Aston Villa to beat Man City and Unai Emery. Good evening to beat Man City tomorrow, but we cannot. Yeah, exactly, bro. We cannot keep relying on teams. Oh, so you think it was a good decision for them? Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Even though I hate McKennie, why? What's wrong with McKennie, bro? I think he's a decent player. Like to be honest, I've watched him. Obviously, I watched him in the whole World Cup, and he had a decent World Cup. And I watched him about 3 or 4 times for Juventus, and he looks pretty decent. But I haven't watched him fully. I've watched him in the FA Cup, in the World Cup for USA, and like 4 games for Juventus. City respected Arsenal in that FA Cup game, 100%. I think it'll be the same when we play them on Wednesday, to be honest. He's practically got the French flag tie on his hair when it's supposed to be USA. Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's true. That's true, to be honest. But no, yeah. For me, I'm getting a bit worried. Let's move on. So that's one thing. Let's move on. What should we go with next? Let's talk about then this. Do we go? Let's go with this guy first. Ivan Toney is world class. Arsenal Football Club needs to sign Ivan Toney. Simple as that. Simple as that, bro. Our defense was scared of him today. This guy scored 14 goals and he plays for Brentford. No disrespect, obviously, to Brentford, but this guy needs a big club now, right? This guy's been balling it out at Brentford for many, many years. This guy deserves to be in the England squad. People talk about he's match betting and all that bollocks, right? I don't care about that, right? End of the day, Arsenal need to sign the guy. The guy's a target man. The guy will thrive us. This is a striker who can actually rely on, right? The guy will thrive us getting when we love to cross crosses in the box, right? And especially if Tierney plays, when he loves to get crosses into the box, that guy will thrive off of crosses into the box. He's a pro target man. He knows how to hold the ball up very, very well, right? And you saw that today. Bro was standing there, had about 3 pairs on him, couldn't handle the geezer, right? And then that allowed Mbremo to link up with him. That allowed more guys to link up with him, right? This guy is world class, and Arsenal need to sign him. He needs to be one of our main summer targets in the summer window. I wanted this guy for many, many years, right? And for me, he's a clinical goal scorer. 14 goals this season. He's only sublime double digits, right? And he plays in that Brentford team. Again, Brentford have been in superb this season. They're 6th in the Premier League. They've got a fantastic world-class manager, and the players really gelling together, you could say. But come on, Arsenal, man. Sign this guy up. Sign the guy up, guys. Let me know what you think about Ivan Toney down below, because for me, he's world class. He's world class, and he obviously scored against us today. Pardon me. He obviously scored against us today. People say it's offside. Not offside. It's just not offside, is it? Of course, that's one of the excuses today from Arsenal fans is VAR was against us. But no, it wasn't offside. For me, right, he obviously hit the crossbar today as well. Just that whole hold-up play for him is, as I said, when he holds the ball up, right, is one of the only players I really can say, does it the best in the Premier League. At least he's definitely up there. He can hold the ball up really, really well. And that allows, could you imagine him holding up the ball really, really well, right? And then you got Martinelli on one side, you got Saka on the other side, you got Odegaard through the middle. It'll be lit. So why don't we sign this guy up? Just sign the geezer up, man. Honestly, we should have bought him 3 years ago. The guy should have been in the England squad. Bro, he's world class, man. Simple as that. That's what I've got to say about it. Let's go through your comments again. This game, exactly, man. We miss Jesus so much. We miss him so much. Eddie cannot play against the low block teams, bro. Like, we're going to get onto like this low block tactic in a minute, right? But Eddie Nketiah can't do it against these teams who we struggle to break down. Someone like Jesus can really pull the strings against these types of teams and break them down. And yeah, obviously he was watching today, and he is going to be back, I think, for the Leicester game when we play against Leicester. I don't expect him to start that game. Obviously, I think he's going to, obviously be brought back in slowly and maybe, bring him off the bench and all that stuff. But end of the day, right? Exactly, man. Jesus is. I miss Jesus, bro. Like, and it's not long now. Another month's time, he'll be back, and yeah, we desperately do need him right now, in my opinion. In my opinion, it would be lazy for pundits, players, journalists to give Haaland Player of the Season when the best football playing team signs one of the best young players in the world. What do you expect? Mitrovic, Tony, Rashford, yeah, should be on 100%, bro. That's facts. Obviously, Rashford, right, is, sensational, world class. What Ten Hag's done, the way our Ten Hag's transformed Rashford is unbelievable. But yeah, Ivan Toney, as I just said, Mitrovic as well, balling it out for Fulham. Haaland is a robot, but come on, he's in one of the best players in the world. Do you mean teams or players? Tony, yeah, you mean teams? Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, exactly, man. He is, and Tony and Mitrovic, exactly, they are, bro. And yeah, I know both of Fulham and Brentford are having an amazing, overachieving season, right? Probably because they've got two really good managers, but yeah, mate, look at the players Haaland's playing with, like Riyad Mahrez, Jack Grealish, Kevin De Bruyne, like Gundogan as well. Like all these players. Oh, and we all know about Man City's quality and their squad, but these players, man, he kind of has it easy. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, but exactly as you said, if we stop Haaland, then that's that, innit? And then Kane also doesn't have the same link-up play as Jesus. He can't draw out defenders. He can't. And also, when Martinelli plays with Jesus, he thrives with Jesus. When Martinelli plays against Nketiah, he looks a totally different player. Like, something's not right when Nketiah and Martinelli play with, alongside each other. But when Martinelli plays with Jesus, you see that link-up play really, really well. Could Haaland do it in a team like Brentford with less quality service? Exactly, bro. That's a very, very good point. That is a very, very good point, my friends. Yeah, but yeah, anyway, so that's Ivan Toney world class. Let's move on to the third thing. Let's go with this thing then. Arsenal struggle against a low block tactic. Now, we've seen this with Brentford today, obviously. We dropped points. Everton, last week, we lost. Newcastle done it. We dropped points. For me, right, I've seen this many, many times before. I've seen this many, many years before, right? Look at when we played against Burnley last season, and it was at the Emirates and we drew 0-0 in that game. Again, is that low block tactic? Even when we played against Southampton, start of the season, was it 1-1? Yeah, low block tactic. Like, many of these teams do this, and you're going to start seeing this when teams come to the Emirates, like a Bournemouth, for example, who actually got a really good point against Newcastle today. But when we play against Bournemouth, when we play against these teams who set up more defensively, and we all know about how defensively Brentford is, and Thomas Frank plays a back three with wing backs and all that stuff. It's kind of like today, they're playing 9 centre-backs. It's literally that, and Tony was up front. But literally, man, What is it when we struggle against this low block tactic, right? And these types of teams where they set up defensively and we struggle to break them down. Arteta needs to change his tactics because today he almost got it right when he brought on Trossard and he scored, and Trossard gave us something different straight away. And I said about Trossard, I said we should have started the guy. I said we should have started the guy against Everton. Came off the bench. I said let's start this guy against Brentford. Came off the bench. This guy has to start against Man City. I'm going to move on to him in a minute, but today we just couldn't break them down. And when we did get into the box, no, when was we didn't even really get into the box that much, right? Shots were going left. They were going this way, that way, this way. We barely got any shots on target, right? And when we did get a shot on target, it wasn't even a big chance. It was straight at David Raya, right? This is the issue with us, man. And many teams will copy them now. And I said it when we lost to Everton. I said, watch teams come to Emirates and park the bus and copy. Exactly what Brentford did. And look, we dropped points. This is the way to beat Arsenal, by the way, is to play this low block tactic because we have not figured out how to counter it yet. We haven't. And you're going to see, I mean, Newcastle were the best example. They showed everyone how to compete with Arsenal. And that is if you've got a good defence, if you set up well, and if you know what you're doing, which Eddie Howe knows what he's doing, and Newcastle have conceded the least amount of goals this season. They came to the Emirates and kept a clean sheet, and we dropped points. Everton did the exact same thing. How did they score their goal? From a set piece. What else did they do from that? No, they just sat back, and it works. Today against Brentford, right, was actually pretty similar. We dominated the possession. We had the most shots. We had the most chances. We did actually ride a luck a few times though, because actually Brentford are actually very, very good in going forwards. Everton, a bit questionable going forwards with Calvert-Lewin up front, but yeah, Newcastle actually good going forward as well. But yeah, Brentford, I thought today we actually rode a luck. They could have been about 2-0 up inside the first half. They could have, and yeah, for me. We rode a luck. Similar to when we played Leeds away, by the way, when we beat them 1-0. That second half, we got battered. And again, a similar team who, well, under Jesse March, played this low block tactic. And this is what I mean. Like, Arteta needs to figure this out, man, because more teams are going to start doing this. It's the same with Haaland, proven goal scorer, but his in-gut play isn't as good as people think because he's a robot. He doesn't get acknowledged enough. Trossard has been balling out with Nketiah up front. He has, to be fair. Whenever he's had appearances off the bench, imagine how dangerous he'll be with Jesus. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I love Zinchenko, but can he... yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. It's what he's missing today. It's why Tierney should have at least came on. Didn't even came on, Tierney. Someone who can overlap and whip cross into the box. So, look, yes, Zinchenko, right, is superb going forward, in my opinion. Especially when he inverts and, like... to be fair, I generally think Zinchenko is more of a midfielder. When he plays for Ukraine, he looks world-class. But the thing I don't like with Zinchenko is he can barely defend the guy. Like, the guy, he's a bit suspect in defence. Attack is very, very good. And apart from his shooting as well, because sometimes his shooting is woeful. But exactly, man, he doesn't overlap. He likes to invert because I think he's more of a midfielder, in my opinion. But why do you play him as left back? Probably because Man City played him as a left back and we copy what Pep does. But end of the day, right, we should try him out in that midfield position. I know Jack and Partey have been doing really, really well, or they haven't this past 2 games, but maybe try it when we play in Europa League, for example. Put Zinchenko in the midfield, put Tierney left back. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that because Tierney's my guy and I've got Tierney's shirt in the background, but we needed someone like Tierney today, man. Someone that can overlap. Defensively wasn't his problem. It's just going forward. Well, yeah, not for this game, but I just think I've seen him a few times this season, man. In defence, he hasn't looked that great. But yeah, this game, yeah, he going forwards. I just think it's the overlapping, as you said, bro. Because there's times where Zinchenko gets into some very, very good positions, man. I've seen him so many times. He's in some very, very good positions. But yeah, man. Anyway, so that was that. And then obviously I've gone through that, gone through Tony. This man here must start against Man City, bro. And we know this. Trossard needs to start against Man City. I've been crying out for this guy to start for weeks now, right? And I said, give Martinelli a rest, right? I love Martinelli, but he's just not. He's not the same player that he was before the World Cup. But Trossard needs to start against Man City. He needs to start because he should have started against Everton. He didn't start. He came from the bench. He should have started today. I said in my preview, start the guy today. He didn't start. He came on, gave us something so much different. Doing these flicks and tricks and all that stuff, whatever, cool. And then he got himself the goal. And the scenes where he scored that was just limbs. But that guy, we must start him against Manchester City. And I've seen this guy enough in the Premier League, playing for Brighton, especially when he plays against the Big Six, when he plays in a big match like this, which will be a very big match against Man City. Listen, against Liverpool, we batted a hat-trick, for God's sakes. The guy is world-class. And for me, we must give him a start against Manchester City, guys. Martinelli is going to have a rest for me. And obviously, as I said, I love Gabriel Martinelli. But for me, he needs to have a rest now. He has to have a rest. Simple as that, lads. Trossard has to start against Man City. Nobody can tell me otherwise. Anyway, let's move on to the final thing. Arsenal versus Man City will be the biggest game of the season so far, in my opinion. Yeah, this is what I've picked out today because I think it's true. I think if we lose the game, Man City, and if Man City win tomorrow, then they're going to go above us on goal difference. We're going to be second. The pressure can crumble on Arsenal. We've got Aston Villa next. We've got Unai Emery next as well. And then obviously from there, I can see Man City picking up their form and looking like champions again. And we'd better be careful as well, right? Because if we do lose to Man City and we do fall down to second, Man United get a win against Leeds. Man United get a win against Leicester. Man United got some pretty... I mean, their next big game that they've really got, I think, is not until like April or March. So if they keep winning games and we keep crumbling, we can end up going third. And then, I was going to say fourth, but Newcastle dropped points today. I don't really see Newcastle competing right for third. But as I said, man, this game's massive because if we do win, I will start to believe that we will. And yeah, I would say we're going to win this Premier League title if we Man City at the Emirates. And we have to win. A defeat, bro, I'm going to be gutted. I'll be gutted. But yeah, it's going to be the biggest game of the season. Don't get me wrong, I'm excited for the game. I'm very, very nervous. I would have been more confident if we would have won today against Brentford. But this game has to be the biggest game of the season so far. It has to be, man. And do I think we can win? Yeah, 100%. We're at the Emirates. I think we've seen how Man City can crumble this season. We've seen how teams can beat Man City this season. So I think we will win, in my opinion. Partey and Gabriel were our best players today. For me, I would say Partey was poor and up until last 20 minutes. Last 20 minutes, he stepped up big time. Gabriel, yeah, I mean, Gabriel's been really good, hasn't he, for these past... Well, since we came back from the World Cup, he's looked a totally different player. He's looked better than Saliba, in my opinion. But as I said, I think go through the players quick. I thought Ramsdale, was Ramsdale, just didn't do anything that run. Zinchenko, yeah, I thought he was probably better off with Tierney. Gabriel, I agree, I thought was pretty solid. Saliba, I don't know what it is with Saliba, man. He hasn't been that great, has he, since he came back from the World Cup? That's just my opinion. And then obviously Ben White was shocking. I think we have to play Tomiyasu next game. I think we have to throw Tomiyasu back in there. I mean, Ben White wasn't that great today. Partey was poor up until the last 20 minutes. Xhaka was average. Odegaard was average. Saka in it. Didn't play that bad. But he did get doubled up on quite a lot. And then obviously Martinelli was poor. Nketiah was poor. Trossard was superb. And then Fabio Vieira came on and wasn't that great. And that's something about Fabio Vieira as well, right? We paid 35 million for this guy. 35 million for Porto. And he can't even get a start in this team. This is what I mean. I mean, these types of games as well, you've got to change the lineup around. You've got to. Yes, this lineup's got us top of the league. And this lineup's been working all season. But at least maybe give someone the chance, like Fabio Vieira, who we signed for 35 million. Right? Why do we sign him for 35 million? Because he's deemed to be good, apparently. So let's put him into our team, right? Instead of bringing him off the bench, what is he meant to do with 50 minutes left to play? So I kind of do feel bad for Fabio Vieira. Because the guy, when was the last time we started the game? Oh, that was it. When we played against Brentford and we beat them 3-0 and he scored that game. Why don't we play him, right? Give someone like Odegaard a rest, because Odegaard plays every single game. And play someone like Fabio Vieira today. As I said, we should have played Trossard. But next game against Man City, right? Obviously, I'm going to give him my lineup. We have to start Trossard. I said that before. But we have to start Trossard in this game against Man City. Martinelli has to have a rest. But this thing with Vieira, man, I've seen this guy play in Europa League. He looks all right, right? Nothing spectacular. They're definitely not 35 million worth. And it's kind of like, will we ever see this guy really break through at Arsenal? Or is it going to be a 35 million that we just wasted? That's just been down the drain? Because I can't really see this guy breaking into our team, to be honest. Considering the fact that he always comes off the bench. The fact that, yes, we've got a very good player, and yes, Odegaard's world class playing in his position. And also, when he does come off the bench, he plays in all different types of positions. Again, it's not really his fault. But obviously, we've got Smith Rowe coming back as well soon. And for me, right, I don't really see this guy breaking into our team that much. So why do we pay 35 million for him then? It just doesn't make sense. It honestly doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, guys, leave me in the comments down below. I'll do another 10 minutes. I'll get it over to about 50 minutes. But come on, keep smashing the like buttons up down below as well. I will be back again maybe tomorrow. I might be back in tomorrow. I don't know what Sunday tomorrow. Will I be back in tomorrow? Probably. I'll think about it. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna have to. I've got to upload every single day, don't I? So yeah, I'll be back in tomorrow. I don't know. And obviously I'll be back here. Monday's gonna be a big day. It's gonna be a big day on Monday because we're gonna do the massive podcast, the biggest game of the season coming up as well. But yeah, keep reading through your comments. We have dropped more points in the last 7 games than we have done before the World Cup. Exactly, man. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. But yeah. Yes, big up, man, Scott. I told, man, the day you signed Jorginho was the day it all fell to pieces. It's kind of mad, isn't it? As soon as we signed Jorginho, we just seem to lose games. It is kind of mad. It's crazy. Fucking hell, man. Yeah. We'll have to wait and see, bro. But obviously, Liverpool got a big game. Merseyside derby on Monday against Sean Dyche. Yeah, that's a big game for you lot, to be honest. Of course, Merseyside derby, but I can see you lot drawing that game. Man City keeping a hand in title to Arteta, so still plenty of ball left. Yeah, bro. They do. And if Unai Emery pulls off a masterclass tomorrow, right, against Aston Villa, good evening, and he beats Man City, then we're still 5 points clear. And I'll be going to that game even more confident. But if Man City win tomorrow, yeah, they'll be 3 points behind us. We're going to go into that game really, really, really nervous. And if we lose a Man City game, bro, it's going to be so annoying. Yeah, 0-0 he's going for. No, yeah, I can see it happening as well, to be honest. I can see, because everyone will part the bus, no doubt about that. But yeah, bro, you are dead. Because imagine you lot against Real Madrid. Is it you play on Tuesday, don't you? Yeah, you play them on Valentine's Day. Could you imagine that game? First leg, though, I generally think you're probably going to get battered. Second leg, I feel like you could put off on a surprise on an upset. But first leg, I see you lot get. I don't know. It's first leg home or away. I think it's at Anfield, isn't it? So you're at Anfield. It's Champions League game. That's the only thing that is literally alive in your season, isn't it? Is the Champions League. That's the only thing that Klopp's got left. But bro, I'm sorry, but I think they will absolutely finger you lot. I generally do. I generally do, man. And what is it with Liverpool this season? Is it the fact that you got rid of Sadio Mane? Like, Sadio Mane was actually was world class. Obviously, you signed Cody Gakpo. Yeah, less said about that, the better. But to be fair, you actually bought him for more than we was going to pay for Mudryk, and actually more than Chelsea bought 100 million for Mudryk, right? And you saw Mudryk today. Guy's Mudryk, bro. He's Mudryk and Mudryk. So you sort of did get away with that one there. But yeah, was it 35 million? So you're telling me you paid the same amount of money for Cody Gakpo, who was superb in the World Cup and is very highly rated. I know it hasn't been doing that great for you. So you paid the same amount of money for Cody Gakpo, then we paid the same amount for Fabio Vieira. Because we also paid for Fabio Vieira for 35 million, and he's done jack shit, mate. I'll be honest, and he's not looking that great. While you get Cody Gakpo, it's crazy. Like, your business, like, your dealings are mad. If Villa win tomorrow, I will write Emery's name across my chest with a permanent marker. Bro, I'm clipping that. Oh, yeah, don't worry, I'm going to clip that. Mate, good evening, masterclass. Mate, Emery masterclass incoming. So to be fair, I think has he ever beat Man City in his career? I don't think no, he hasn't, has he? Even at Arsenal, we didn't beat Man City, did he? I think we drew with them. Did we? I can't remember now. No, we didn't draw with them. I can't remember. Did we draw with them? No, we didn't. So even Emery has never beaten Man City in his career. So yeah, first time for everything for Emery. Oh shit, yeah, mate, your injuries are mad. Van Dijk, Diaz. I did see Diaz is going to come back soon, though, isn't he? Yeah, Jota's a good player. Obviously, Firmino, Kanate, can't cope without them first teamers. Jeez, bro. Yeah, mate, you lot are dusted. Are you 10th now? I think you're 10th or 9th. Do you think Klopp will leave, though? Do you think he'll get to the end of the season and he'll be like, yeah, I'm out of it now. You know, I've given you lot a Champions League. I've won you lot the Premier League. He's won you the FA Cup. He's won you the Carabao Cup. No. Have you won the Carabao Cup? He's won you the Community Shield. He's won pretty much everything. And do you think he'll pack his bag and be like, yeah, I'm out of it? But yeah, look, lads, it's disappointing today. It's big disappointment today, man. It's a big disappointment. But yeah, look, that's the 5 things. Just to recap on our biggest game so far is going to be against Man City. Trossard, we need to start him against Man City. Ivan Toney is world class. Arsenal do struggle against a low block as well, and it's a worrying result and performance. So yeah, look, I will wrap it up now, guys. For everyone who's watched, as always, make sure you do smash the like button on the way out. If you're not already, it should be standard procedure when you're in this chat. Smash the like button. I'll be back again tomorrow once again for another video. Go check out my live match reaction for my full thoughts on the game, to break down the game that I just did on my match reaction, and going through my player rankings on that as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another live stream, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure as always, lads. Pause on for Arsenal. But yeah, I'll see you guys very, very soon. Smash that button, subscribe to the channel. Bye for now. Ciao.